here's a good one. Colleen is such a narcissist. How does Erik stand it? I couldn't even get me on the first few minutes.
Oh my God.
Which I love because our first episode.
Whoa! I would love to know who that user is. They called it. Oh my gosh. So there were people who were starting to see through the cracks. They must have felt so vindicated when everything came out about her. They must have been like, yes. Wow. And she's just sitting there like, ah ha ha ha, don't go there. Good morning, guys. Welcome back. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I've just really not known how I wanted to go forward with this channel. So I think what I'm gonna do is kind of ironic. So I went on YouTube, the webpage that I use to watch Colleen's videos so that they don't get monetization for my views. And for some reason, the Relax podcasts are listed from oldest to newest. Maybe that's just from when I was originally reacting to the first one. And I think maybe how I'll handle their videos is I'll start with the old ones, and I'll probably never catch up to modern day, obviously. But I don't know that I necessarily want to, because I think it is just was starting to feel a little bit weird to be like constantly reacting to everything they had just been saying, but like going backwards in time and just kind of studying them feels a little bit less personal to them in a way, if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't, but I think I'm just going to try that. And then some of you also were very kind in giving suggestions in other things I could check out, so I think I will do that as well, and we'll just see where we go. So alrighty, let's start with this episode. Our relationship is SH*T, because I'm not going to say the word, so oh boy.
You can relax. Colleen and Erik have a podcast. The world is scary and we're locked in our home, but now we have big microphones, so you can relax. That's the name of our podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Relax. This is episode 2. I can't believe we're already doing our second episode of this podcast.
Second time's the charm.
I'm Colleen, and
I'm Erik.
You are Erik. And, I realized last week we didn't explain why the show is called Relax.
Relax.
It's called Relax because, if you want to know the full story, which no one does, but I'm going to tell you anyway. There was like a few years ago, I was doing a vlog, and
I think I've commented on this before, but I've always found it so interesting how she does that all the time. She tries to, and Taylor Swift does the same thing. I think it's crazy how many similarities the two of them have, where it's like they try to preemptively assume the negatives that people are going to think and say them out loud. Colleen, of course, is like, I'm going to do it anyway, but it's like, I can't tell if it's a self-protection thing, if it's like trying to kind of elevate themselves above their quote-unquote like haters. I don't know. It's always fascinated me. But
it's a long story, but there was like a spider on my phone, and I ended up throwing my phone into a fire.
Oh!
And
who got that phone out of the fire safely?
You, I'm sure. Yeah. But I don't remember what happened, but like, I don't remember.
I did a robot voice. Uh-huh. That you, for some reason, didn't recognize as a robot.
I don't remember. Something happened. Oh, this is a really
great storytelling. And you were making fun of me, and then I said,
yes,
relax. I said
yeah, yes.
Yelled in your face, relax, in a very unrelaxed manner.
And we thought it was so funny that then we have...
That's a very similar tactic to telling someone to calm down when you're in the middle of a heated argument. It works really well. Oh my gosh, this won't get out of the way. I'm trying to get back into costuming, and I'm trying to move my creepy lady out of the way, and she just won't get out of the way.
Said that every day to kind of everything, always. Like, if you're opening a can and it doesn't open, we're like, oh, relax. Like, it's literally to commercials. We'll say relax 100 times a day to things in a very unrelaxed way, and we are both very not relaxed people. And so for some reason, we are like, I don't know, we say relax 800 times a day, and we're both not relaxed, so let's call it relax. But the reason I'm explaining all this is because...
I'm not entirely shocked that they're not relaxed people. Just throwing that out there.
Because Erik thought, hey, why don't we decide who should relax each week? So that's what we're going to do right now.
Why do you have to blame every idea on me? You don't have to call me out.
It's a great idea.
You can just say, so we're going to do this. You don't, because then if they don't like the idea, then they're going to...
Okay, it was my idea.
Thank you.
I came up with this great idea to talk about who needs to relax every single week.
Again, it's just there's times where it's like I don't know if couples kind of enter into these little mini spats thinking that it's cute and relatable and they don't mind, or if it's just basically they do it so often that they don't even think about the fact that they're doing it on camera. Who knows?
So, Erik.
Yeah, Colleen.
Yeah?
Who do you think needs to relax?
Well, you, first of all.
Gosh.
But do you want to hear
me to
mine
go
first?
first?
I'll
Oh.
go first. I'll go first.
Okay.
If you want me to.
Sure.
I think the person who needs to relax this week is the guy that honked at us when we were trying to make a right turn.
Oh my God, that guy. I think I also need to relax because that made me angry for 45 minutes. I didn't get over it.
No, love, it was longer than 45 minutes. You were upset. But basically, there's this guy.
She's
We were
like, I
turning
don't know.
right. We were driving to a park so that our son could play in an open field where there are no people and run around. And we were turning right. It was a red light and there was a lot of traffic. We live in Los Angeles. That's how it works here.
See, now you're saying we, but I was driving.
Yes, you were driving. Well, we know from the last episode I never drive.
Oh, yeah,
So,
that's
of
right.
course,
You don't
everyone's
drive.
going to assume that it's you. So you were driving and we were trying to make a right turn. We had been stopped for like maybe a
Erik, take your pick. Either be happy if she includes you, or don't be happy if she doesn't. I mean, or she, just whatever. Take your pick. Anyway.
second and a half.
Seconds. And there's a giant city bus going down that street. So I am patiently waiting for 2 seconds to make my right turn after the bus and not cause the death of my entire family
Whoa,
at
relax.
the inconvenience of this man behind us
Honking.
in his pickup truck.
It's always the
Honking.
Nothing against
pickups.
people with pickup trucks.
My
just
sister has a pickup truck.
Setting the scene. And he beeps.
Specifically
And
white.
He beeps.
pickups.
And how I remember all the series of all the series of events here is because our son loves trucks and cars and things, and he was screaming bus. And then when this man starts honking at us, he's like honk,
Honk,
honk, honk. He starts screaming honk,
so
honk.
when I get beeped at and I feel like
Someone
it is so
enjoyed it.
undeserved, I have to, which is maybe a little bit antagonizing, I have to give the over the shoulder look. Like I can't just like beep and be like, ugh. I have to give the full,
Oh, yeah.
you look back over your shoulder so that they can see that you're upset by the honk. You give them the over the shoulder look through the back mirror.
I do that too. I know it makes absolutely no difference, and I swear every single time I try to do that, they always have tinted windows, so I can't even tell if they're even seeing me or not, and I have no idea what they look like, and it makes me so mad, because I feel like that's just like salt in the wound when someone's rude and then they have tinted windows, so you can't even glare at them, which I know I shouldn't be glaring at them, but whatever.
Like, and you put your hand up just a little bit of the, come
What
on,
you doing,
guy.
man? What are you doing, guy?
Relax.
Yeah, so this guy, that's not even the horrible part of the story. So
Yeah.
this guy turns and Eric's like, what the heck? Like, why is that guy so mad? Like, calm down. Like, we can't turn into a bus. Like, what is he freaking out about?
Yeah, he wanted us to die so that he could get to wherever he was going a little bit faster.
This all happened within 4 seconds. We end up turning a couple seconds later, and this guy zooms past us and throws his arm out the window and flips us off.
Middle finger,
Because-
more honks.
More honks because we didn't turn immediately.
And like revved his engine past
It was-
us as we turned into the park to play with our 2-year-old child, also in the vehicle.
And he was
That's
so
a
mad.
good one,
And I
love.
remember
I've had people do that before when I don't put up with them wanting to like cut in front of me, and I try to be safe, and if I can tell someone's crazy enough, I won't work too hard on it on the the big busy scary highways down here, but if I can do it safely and I can tell someone wants to try to cut around me, I will try to create enough space between me and the person in front of me such that I won't get into an accident, but not enough space for them to squeeze themselves in. And I have gotten flipped off before for that, and I'm like, not my problem. My husband loves that I do that.
My heart
you're
racing.
you need to relax. Love. But when this guy did this, I was like, this guy needs to relax. Like, and I mean that in a sweet way. Like, I hope he's okay, because if it makes you that angry that you had to sit at a stop sign for
Yeah,
2
right.
seconds, literally 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Before the person in front of you turned right, it makes you so angry that you have to bang on your horn and then speed past people, almost causing accidents.
Open up your
everywhere around
window.
you. Roll down your window, shove your arm out aggressively, flip people off that you don't know. You are you okay?
Yeah,
like
see,
that.
I was
worried for
bothered
him.
by it, but you were no, think about him. Think about what that guy's life must be like that he would
Get to that point, like.
is
Wow, that's a very mature, valid thought that Colleen had. She is capable of mature, valid thoughts, which is a mean thing for me to say, and I'm sorry. I should have said that differently. I'm impressed by the mindset she had in that context. There we go. We'll say it that way. But yeah, I just view it as probably just very immature, self-entitled. I tell myself, someone better be having a baby in the back of that car. That is the only time I'd be okay with it. And even then, you shouldn't be flipping people off.
yeah, is so on edge that he's just driving around LA just ready to I don't know.
Flip random
Don't
people
like
off for
it.
not turning within
You're
a
right,
millisecond.
love. That guy needs to.
He needs to relax.
Relax.
All right, love. What is your relax?
It's not as good.
Oh, I'm sure it
I
is.
knew
Let's
you-
hear what it is.
That was a really good one. I was going to talk about But online shopping basically needs to relax. To me, during the pandemic, I don't know how.
You mean you need to relax with online shopping?
I think maybe. But let me explain like this. I think I have some sort of disorder. I think I need help. I will order things online that I shouldn't be wasting money on, that I don't need, that I can't afford, and I will order them, I think, because I just need to know that something's
Something to look forward to.
Something's going to happen. Something's coming in the mail. But also at the same time, I'm so frustrated by when there's a delay, or when they're like, it's not going to be here for a week, or you know what I mean, or waiting for shipping updates, and it's not. But like at the same time, it's like I don't even want it. I just like the idea that something is coming for me in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a little bit of Christmas whenever that happens. Like you just get excited for your gift to arrive. I do wonder I'm sure shopping just absolutely exploded in the middle of COVID. And I feel like some stores either completely went out of business or were forced to just go online, right? Because of COVID, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. But anyway.
And it's a problem.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Do you know what
Yeah, no,
I'm trying to explain?
I do this all the time. It'll be late at night.
Yeah,
I'll be
you
like,
do it too.
I need something. What do I need? And I'll just go on websites
Right.
trying to find things that I don't need, but I'm trying to convince myself that I do need just because I want to buy something,
have
just so
that
that I have
issue?
something to look forward to. Because
We don't go to stores. We can't go to stores right now.
Well, listen, like for anyone out there who doesn't watch my vlogs or know like our history of the last year, we take this pandemic so seriously, and we really don't go anywhere. We don't go to the grocery store. We don't go to CVS. Like we stay home all day, every single day. We do not go anywhere.
Well, we have a kid. We have a kid. We have people that we want to be able to see when we can that are high risk. You know.
Yeah, my parents and. So yeah,
And it's should we be taking it seriously? I think so. It's a
pandemic.
once in a century pandemic.
Right.
I don't know.
So we take it really seriously. So we really don't go anywhere. So
It was like the time that no one knew what they were doing and everyone was doing their absolute best to do what they thought was best and necessary, and most everyone disagreed with what everyone else was doing. It was just so much fun.
it's like we need something to look forward to break up this Groundhog Day lifestyle of every day is exactly the same.
Yeah.
Nothing changes ever. And so the idea that there might be a plastic dump truck arriving
our
in
kid.
3 days
Right,
to make
stuff like
Flynn
that.
excited, those are things that like get us through the day. Which is sad, but it's true. So yeah, I do the same thing. I understand. But you know what I don't like? You know what needs to relax for me? Like, first of all, it sounds like you need to relax.
Yeah, I'm very stressed right now. I don't know if this podcast is helping me or anyone else out there relax. We're just talking about all the things that I'm...
It's a very
You know what
tongue-in-cheek name.
I feel needs to relax, love?
What?
When I'm online shopping and there's not like an Apple Pay option or like an automatic pay. Like if I have to type in my credit card number,
Credit card numbers need to relax, yeah.
That is
or
annoying.
or if you put in all the information and it's like, here's a CAPTCHA, which click the square that has a stop sign, like, and it's a blurry, like one
Those
pixel
ones-
taken on a potato photo.
I bet he's going to say they stress him out. Those things stress me out because it's like some of the squares have like just the tiniest little bit of whatever it is they want you to select it. And if you're not like looking at it with a magnifying glass, you won't see it. And then it, it tells you that you're wrong. And you're like, what? Anyway.
of like streets.
Yeah, and you're like, there's a quarter of a stop sign. Does that count as a stop sign?
Exactly.
Did they mean,
Exactly.
is there any ratio of stop sign, or does it have to be a full and complete stop sign? But literally, anytime I click it, I've never been wrong on one of those
I've
things.
been wrong.
It's never been like, robot, goodbye. You can't buy this.
You need to make sure you're not
so
a
I think you
robot.
could just click whatever. It's just another
Oh,
step.
yeah, what are these wrong?
You've been wrong on those?
I've been wrong on them because
I-
of the questions you just said, which is why I did terribly on
Smart.
the SATs.
Never got one wrong.
I've gotten them wrong because I'm like, well, is that a crosswalk or is that
Yeah.
just a corner of a
Right.
That like
The crosswalk one will get ya.
question it too much and then I think I ruin it. So I've definitely failed the CAPTCHAs multiple times. Or the one where it's like, oops.
Are you gonna say the word that it spells?
Yeah, I hate the CAPTCHAs where it's like, what's this word? And it's like loop-de-loop spaghetti noodles and you have to try to decipher what letters and numbers it is.
Again, I've never gotten one of those wrong.
What? Are you a robot? Like maybe maybe the key
Relax.
to the key to deciphering those CAPTCHAs is to be a robot because like I get them wrong often. You've never gotten one wrong?
No, it makes me think that they're not even actually like working tests. They're just like there as filler or something.
You know,
It's
this would
not
be
actually.
such an interesting study. And I'm not trying to insult Colleen at all because I openly admit that I get those things wrong and they stress me out and freak me out. I would be very curious to know if there's ever been a study on the people's IQ that do those. And if people with higher IQs, it all just makes sense. And it's like, oh, it's not that hard. Just, this is obvious. Put it in. Here we go. Versus people like me who don't have as high of an IQ who are like, wait, what does that say? What does that spell? Is that this image? Is that image? Like, it's much more difficult. It'd be interesting.
Never got one wrong.
That's shocking. Well, I think they need to relax. And that's the thing that pisses me off about, and that's what I think needs to relax when it comes to online shopping. Like, no, I don't want to deal with your CAPTCHAs. And don't make me put in my credit card
What are you
number.
saying? You're saying CAPTCHAs?
That's what they're called.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
CAPTCHAs?
I only know this because I was so angry at them one day. I made a YouTube video about this like probably 8 years ago. I was so angry at them that I like looked up what they were called. CAPTCHA.
Yeah, it says that.
CAPTCHA. I think that's what it's called. But anyway, I don't like CAPTCHAs, and I don't like when you have to put in your credit card information. I don't want to have to like find my credit card and then like put in all the numbers. You know what I mean?
It's when they do have whatever pay, and you can just do the little clicky
With
on
your face?
Yeah, it's
Just
like I'm
terrifying
paying with my face.
Oh,
That is kind of.
that'd be cool.
But it's so stupid
Scary.
because
I'd
I'll be
rather
like
that.
shopping on a website for like 2 hours, and then it wants me to take an extra 30 seconds to find my credit card and put it in. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm leaving
Right.
this website.
Well, it's never right next to you.
No.
No one in the history of online shopping has ever had their credit card right next to them.
No,
it's
it's across the room.
Yeah, you can see it across the room, but it's not next to you.
So then screw
and then
this.
forget it.
Then it's like you're mad at the store you're shopping at. You're like, you know what? I'm going to show you. I'm not going to buy all this stuff I was going to buy because my wallet is.
It's such first world problems because if you think about it, you know, back in ye olden day when you'd have to take your horse and buggy into the town to get any item that you needed, if you could even afford most of the items that you needed, or you'd make them yourself with, you know, scraps of other things. And now we're just like, I'm on my sofa and I don't want to get up and get my credit card from the kitchen table, you know. Yeah.
Is across the room.
Yeah, it sounds like the whole banking complex and the credit system needs to relax.
A lot of people need to relax.
Go back to just paying with things with nuts and.
Is that how
Well,
people
I don't know.
Why nuts? Why is that the first thing that came to your mind?
Squirrel.
Not gold or like.
I went with nuts. It just seems.
Why did you go-
He's just hearkening back to his squirrel ancestors where everything was paid for with nuts and seeds and, you know, little goodies that one buried for each other. Anyway.
going for
nuts.
earlier currencies than mined
Did
gold and
people
silver.
Pay for things? Didn't they pay for things with salt at one point? I think salt was considered like.
Welcome to our history of
We're both really
finance.
smart. I failed my SATs.
You can't. Can you fail them?
No,
yeah,
I
you
can-
definitely did. If you think you can. Okay.
I didn't fail them, but I didn't do well. I had to retake my SATs. That's a fun fact about me. So
No,
SATs
it's
need
not
to
a
relax.
have to. Like you can retake them to try and get a higher score. Hi. Okay.
What?
Because they'll drop the mic cord.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
This is
comments about that.
apparently a thing, okay.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a minute, guys. We're going to talk about some comments that we have been receiving from y'all. We've read the comments.
Yeah, episode 2 is kind of like a. It
We're
seems like
responding to you.
a feedback episode because we're figuring out what we're doing. And
Aren't we all?
You're helping.
Helping question mark. Well, that's, you know, one of the things you might notice if you're watching on YouTube, which by the way, thank you if you've subscribed to the YouTube channel as well as listened on any streaming platform you're listening to.
I am very proudly watching on YouTube, but not YouTube, so sorry.
know where you're listening to this, but if you're watching it, you might notice that I am not wearing headphones right now. And that is because I don't like that they're too quiet. Like I want it to be loud. I want it to ruin my ears. And it's not loud enough for me, so I don't like it. And also, there are people making fun of my headphones, which were your headphones. They said they look like a Chipotle burrito bowl. And now I can't unsee it. And so now I'm just like, I don't want 2 Chipotle burrito bowls. I've got to show people who are watching right now. Hold on. So they look like, because you know,
They
the
do
foil.
look like those. They do look like those.
It looks like a Chipotle
That's
burrito
such
bowl.
A funny observation
And
that it
so
looks like a
people
ring
made
tube.
fun of me for that.
Sounds
Is
like
it
you
like the
want
black
headphones.
plastic
Also-
bowl underneath or something?
Yeah, I do need
forget.
new headphones. I need to get ones that work better. Anyway, I want to talk about
It's
our
very
first.
serious there for a second.
I want to talk about our first sponsor of today's episode. I'm so excited about this. We've all got goals for 2021. People have goals with school or career. 50,000 5-star reviews. I am one of them. It's amazing. Something that I love about it is that we wanted to read some comments to you guys. And listen, here's the deal. We wanted to, I've never listened to podcasts and we've never
I wish they like did the whole change their outfits or had some kind of logo or something on it so that I could know when to skip through, but whatever.
done a podcast before, obviously. So we wanted to see what you guys were liking, what you didn't like. And overall, we have been so overwhelmed by the positive response. You guys are so sweet. There were so many amazing, lovely comments and encouraging words. And we hit like #1 on Apple Podcasts of like in the comedy podcast section or something. I don't know what podcasts are, so I don't know how that works. But it's crazy. It was very
Yeah, I
exciting.
guess there's like charts.
Yeah, there's charts.
We
and
charted.
things. Charts. There's charts.
I had no
Anyway,
idea that supposedly they were that successful and popular, and I could see that potentially really being the case in the middle of COVID when everyone just wanted something familiar and friendly and happy, and obviously nothing had been displayed about Colleen that was widely accepted as deeply concerning. I could see something like this being people's like comfort listen, if you will. Man, how the tides have turned.
we went through and read comments, and we found some hate comments. A few.
Shocking.
I'd say 99%
See,
were
this
nice.
is something I don't. So, with your career on YouTube and stuff like this and social media that you do, like I don't know how you do it. Because yes, everybody was so nice and like it was cool to look at. And this time, and only this time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go look for hate comments. And they're just the littlest thing. It like brought me so down. Like I was so like happy after the first one, and then it came out, and I was like on a high. And then I just saw one little like mean thing from a faceless profile, and I was like,
Well, we thought it would be funny to read some hate comments, and then it ended up just ruining Erik's night, I guess.
Yeah.
But we do want to read some, because I did think some of them were funny. Now, just...
Oh, yeah, it's also funny. I mean, I don't take it like that. You know what I mean? Like,
I want to be clear, too. We're not going to do this again, so don't take this as an invitation to go read hate comments in hopes that we will read it, because...
I always find it very interesting, and it'll be interesting to see how they handle this. I think it's really, I don't want to say stupid, but I think it's immature for people to go through and read the hate comments that they get, even in the videos where they try to make it funny and entertaining. It's trying to clap back. It's trying to gain the upper hand. It's trying to make themselves feel better in one way or another. And the only healthy way, and I mean, this is coming from someone who obviously is not receiving like thousands of negative comments, but the only really truly healthy way to handle those things is to just in your brain parse out, this is coming from someone who for some reason felt it was completely okay to say something base and unkind and immature. Don't know where they're at, like she was talking about with the driver. I don't know where they're at in life. I don't know why they think that's okay. Shove that aside, completely unimportant. This comment that's less than glowing is coming from someone that I can tell is in some way trying to be constructive. Maybe it was said kind of, a little rough. Maybe they could have worded things a little differently, but I can tell when I really look into it, this is coming from a place of wanting to help me be better. I will put this in a different category. And then there's the glowing comments that everyone likes. That's really the only way you can handle, I think, hate online. And when people just make these videos of reading through all of like the worst things that they receive, I don't see it as like funny and entertaining. I see it as kind of desperate in a way, like really just desperate to regain a sense of control. And it's like, just let them be. You're not going to change people. There's always going to be those people online. Just let it be.
We won't. We just wanted to do this.
Well, it's your right. Go. You can go if that's what you want to do.
Yeah,
but yeah,
if you
I'm
want
not
to
reading.
say how much you hate us, you're more than welcome to.
I'm not looking. I'm not seeking them out.
Yeah, we're not going to be
anymore.
looking for hate comments anymore. But I wanted to read.
They do
some
make
of,
me laugh. Actually, I kind of think they're funny.
All right. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? I've got a good handful here.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. Here's a good one. Colleen is such a narcissist. How does Erik stand it? I couldn't even get me on the first few minutes.
Oh my god.
Which I love because our first episode.
Whoa! I would love to know who that user is. They called it. Oh my gosh. So there were people who were starting to see through the cracks. They must have felt, I hate to say this, but they must have felt so vindicated when everything came out about her. I don't know, a year or two, I don't know the timeline of things, but a little while after this podcast started, they must have been like, yes. Wow. And she's just sitting there like, ah ha ha ha, don't go there. You can tell it makes her like really cringe.
Episode was all about like who we are.
Yeah, it's like introducing ourselves, narcissists.
I know, but the whole time we were both talking like, this is so uncomfortable just bragging about the stuff we've done. Like I was so insecure about it, and then this person's like, she's a narcissist.
That part I just wanted to be over. I literally went through my life story in 3 minutes because it was.
Which people wanted to know more.
Yeah, there's definitely a longer winding road of all of that, but like it was a Cliff Notes version for sure. But I guess way too much for that.
I know they hated me. Okay, what about you, love? You got a good one?
Yeah, I don't think Colleen would take any chance to do a Cliff Notes version. I think she would do the extended upon extended version.
Yeah, Jenny R, who had some sort of anime cartoon for her profile picture, said, "Wow, your relationship is shit."
God, that's my favorite one, I think. There's one more that I like, but that one's really funny. That was it.
That is so interesting. So there's clearly a dichotomy of listeners, because if their podcast actually was number one, I'm assuming it wasn't just people hate listening. Like they must have actually been really appreciated by some people, but there were other people that were starting to really clearly see through the cracks. This relationship does not seem happy. Colleen seems absolutely self-obsessed. So there's like both of these polarities happening. Oh, this is so fascinating. I did not realize.
Right, yeah.
That's the whole comment. Based on what?
I don't know. I couldn't figure it
Everything.
out. It made me smile.
I like that one. I like this one. Wow, a podcast. ... How innovative. Spelled wrong.
Innovative. I do love when people misspell. Just going back to Eric's comment, he was like, I think he said like it made me laugh, and then he just kind of sat there. I wonder. I mean, assuming that their relationship truly is not as happy as they want everyone to think it is, he probably was like, "Oh no, is it that obvious that this person can tell we really don't like each other that much?" Like it probably was kind of like a heart sinking moment for him. But anyway.
Yeah, a lot of spelling mistakes there. And the hate.
This was not a hate comment. I just like the way it was worded. I just listened to it, and the was funny. Thank you.
I agree.
I agree,
I thought
too.
that was the best part of the last episode as well.
You have another one for us?
I don't know if this is necessarily a hate comment, but going back to like when I was explaining what kind of led me to become an actor, it's funny. I think one of the top, if not the top comment, was Erik's backstory is literally the plot of High School Musical,
I saw that a lot, actually. I saw a bunch of people say that.
which I thought was really funny. I don't really remember it too much. You made me watch that movie.
I did?
I think so. All right, I watched it myself.
Okay.
But
That's
no,
hilarious.
I've never like put that together. That like I
guess
was
so, yeah.
I was like on a high school sports team and was encouraged to do theater and was like, no thanks, nerd. Like or what, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
great.
I'm High School Musical.
I love that. I love that.
I think it's
comment.
great.
true. I like this one. Okay.
life.
Why was Miranda funnier than usual? It might have been because of Erik. I like that one because it's a nice comment, but it's also
Yeah.
like, oh, so she's like, wait,
Well, you needed
Miranda's
a man
funny?
there.
Oh, don't give me, that's a whole other episode we'll do is that.
Is what?
I like this one too. I actually got nicer versions of this comment, a few of them, so I'm listening, but here it is. Ready?
Yeah, I'm sure it really grates her deep down inside to have any kind of inference to her own abilities not being enough and someone else helping prop up and improve her abilities. I'm sure she desperately wants, I mean, because Miranda, again, was based on mocking everyone that I think she basically felt did not deserve the success they were having a character completely based on that probably means that any idea of someone else contributing to her ability to do her job well really grates at her, I would bet.
Yes.
Let the guy talk. This is a podcast for the two of you. Let him finish his sentences and let him talk more. I truly enjoy you and want to continue watching your podcast, but you have to let Erik speak. It ain't a one-man show here. At least you didn't advertise it that way.
Huh? Here's the thing. I don't actually finish sentences, and we went over this.
Right. So that's the thing is,
And I'm
will-
shy.
I will try my hardest to not.
You're not.
I'm not shy.
Right.
I will try my hardest to not interrupt Erik anymore. I thought, because some people did say like, some people did say like, hey, don't interrupt Erik. But I have known Erik for many a year, and I know that Erik. I wasn't kidding when I was doing the Miranda bit last episode. He really doesn't finish sentences. You'll notice as you listen, which I think is cute and wonderful.
Yeah. And if anyone gets mad at the other one cutting the other one off,
Yeah, it's the other way around. For sure.
that's a whole other episode.
So anyway, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm sorry to you that I cut you.
Okay, so if he cuts her off, she gets mad, but if she cuts him off, he just takes it as normal. Interesting. The whole double standard thing. Not shocking. Anyway.
Off. I'm sorry to all the viewers who noticed that. I certainly wasn't trying to. I think it was twofold. It was like, oh, he doesn't finish his sentences, and I know this, so I know he's done talking. But also,
Yeah, you know me. You know I'm done talking. Or
right.
don't have.
But the other
things to
side of
say.
it is podcasts are new to me, and I'm used to editing my videos and stuff. And I'm used to like, oh, I don't want any dead space because it's more editing for me. So I try to fill all the space with sound and talking as much as possible
makes sense.
because less editing. So whenever there's a space of silence, or if it doesn't seem like you're gonna finish a sentence, I'll finish it for
Like,
you.
oh, I gotta talk.
Yeah. So, but this is a totally different medium, so it's gonna take me a minute to get used to knowing that there's not gonna be editing, and it's okay.
Okay, enough.
Okay. Enough.
I just find it interesting that she read that comment with such a snarky tone because it's like, again, you can tell that she was saying there was a level of validity to it because a number of people were saying stop interrupting him, and she's like, I will try not to, but she still read it in a mocking tone, and that's where I'm trying to say that's not the like mean comment that's coming from someone who's just deeply unhappy in life. That's the comment that maybe it was worded in a little bit of a rough way, but it is intended to be constructive, and it should be taken as constructive, which means you shouldn't mock it.
Another one.
Yeah. Now that I see them talking and hanging out longer than in the blogs, I actually don't see them together. Anyone else Maybe just together for Flynn. They don't vibe together. And then like one of those like sus emojis and a hands up emoji.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah, we're only together for Flynn. That's for sure.
I don't know if that was a good one, actually. That one actually made me mad.
Why? That's ridiculous. I like that people think they know. It's so funny to me. Like, the internet is so interesting that people think they know you from watching 10 minutes, 20 minutes of your day.
Right.
And so this person has gone like, you know what? I think they're a horrible couple. I've listened to 20 minutes of them talking, and I've decided that I know better than they do after they've been...
I cut them off. I'm so curious if perhaps, at least in their minds, they were in a better headspace at this point in terms of their relationship. And then maybe with everything going on, like maybe it did actually get worse. Or if it was genuinely never really that great. I mean, because it's just, I don't know how it's possible for them to be a truly happy couple with just the different things that we've seen from them recently. I mean, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I could be wrong again. But if it is true that they're really not that happy now, does it mean that they absolutely weren't happy then, or they were happier and so they were genuinely confused by these comments? I don't know. It's hard to tell. And I am not experienced enough in relationships to have any idea how it all works.
Married. 4 years.
Yeah, they're married. Yes, they have a child.
But you know what? This 20 minutes of their first podcast where they're both clearly nervous.
I'm not vibing. I'm
They're
seeing
not
the vibe.
vibing. It's not working out for me. Do you have any more?
Yeah, I mean, other than that, just like, okay, big one, I got to stop touching this headphone. If anyone was watching this.
You've been doing it this entire time.
I've got to stop touching the headphone cord. Mm-hmm. I think overwhelmingly, I've awakened an anti-lettuce group.
God.
So many people don't like lettuce. I'm not the only one, which was really comforting to hear.
Like
Thank you for all your
4-year-olds.
comments about like agreeing with me that lettuce is absolutely pointless and ruins any dish that it is involved in, especially hot food when you're going to hold it. Doesn't make any sense.
know
I
what it
forgot he
ruins,
said
huh?
that.
Burritos.
Everything. Yeah.
If you get a shred of lettuce in my burrito, you are dead to relax. Like, get out of here.
Anything.
I know, you know what I learned? Your makeup is horrific. Your eyebrows are bad and looks cheap cakey.
Yeah,
I
wrote
really like that one.
And
I
no,
really
what's
like that
amazing
one.
is I wrote that one down too.
Okay, well, she did cut him off to say that, but I do kind of enjoy the way she read that because it was just, that comment was over the top and absolutely not necessary. But again, like you can tell deep down inside, this kind of jabs at her a bit, otherwise she wouldn't be reading it.
Too, because that was also Jenny R with the anime cartoon profile
Well,
picture.
don't call him out.
Well, I'm calling her or whoever this is out because they commented your relationship is shit.
Oh, it's the
And
same
then-
person?
Yeah, and then hours later they came back on
Just to tell me
back
how
to
bad
the
my makeup
comments
is.
to say cakey. Yeah,
an angry person.
that and overwhelmingly everyone, a lot of people it seemed thought that the fight that we had before you came back,
Yes.
Miranda, like thought that was real.
Which is so funny because to me it felt so awkward because it was like it was so
Cringily
cringely. Like
awkward.
before we posted the podcast, I was like, we can't ever do that again. It was so awkward and fake.
Yeah.
It was like so bad how fake and stupid our acting was. Like we could never do that again.
Well, speak for your.
Well, no, you're
I
great.
thought my performance was
It was.
connected. I had
Yeah.
a whole backstory there.
No, yours is always
Okay.
great. But I did feel like my performance was real cringe. So I was shocked people thought that was real. People were like, I couldn't
Yeah.
believe you left in that fight. I'm like, what? No,
Right,
it's just
yeah.
for me to get off the camera so I could
Yeah,
go change
I
into
think
Miranda.
if our goal was to make everyone listening very uncomfortable for a bit, we succeeded.
Yeah, you know, I think we succeeded. And I think that we
We've been
succeeded
succeeding for quite a while.
this week and doing something very difficult, which is reading hate comments, reading about how, you know, we're getting
Yeah,
canceled.
but see, not even
This
that
is
bad.
Not that bad. You guys, honestly, like the majority of the comments were really nice. And
Oh,
talking
overwhelmingly,
about,
yeah.
And about that, like we have, you know, obviously we have this YouTube channel and wherever you're listening. And also we have a Twitter, which is relax_podcast. And people have been tweeting me there the nicest things. And I asked what people wanted to hear us talk about, and Rosa Sickles said, Colleen, how is it living with someone private off the grid versus Erik, how is it adjusting and living with someone whose job it is to be on socials 24/7? And I thought that was a really good question, and this is a good example of that. Like, this is something I deal with every single day, and it was your first time reading through comments online, and you know, you can read thousands of good ones, and you read that one negative one saying that my makeup is too cakey.
Yeah, and it can. Yeah.
And you're, I mean, I'm sure that one didn't upset you, but but like the other ones,
Upset
like I'm sure,
Colleen.
you know, they upset you, and that's like a very difficult thing.
Well,
to-
it's just not. It's not nice, guys. It's bullying. Be best.
Ew.
Be best. Can't even say it.
Yeah, no, I love being with Erik for many, many reasons, even though our relationship is because
I was like, wait, what? I like forgot about that.
no, because I love that you keep me grounded. I feel like because you're not super on the internet, you're not on
That
social
was in
media.
our wedding vows. You keep me grounded.
No, shut up.
I'm a star. You
what?
keep- I don't know.
No, I'm serious. Like make sure that I take breaks to go on a walk with you and Flynn. You'll be like, we're going to take a drive to the beach. And you make me drop everything to just be in the moment and be a person and not someone who's just filming my life constantly or on my phone 24/7, which I am, like it's my job. And I feel like you're good about that, but you're also good at like pulling me back and being like, oh, I saw this thumbnail. What was that about? Like, let's talk about this. We talk about titles and thumbnails before they go up because he'll help me to realize what is my intention behind what I'm posting and why I'm posting it from an outside perspective as someone who doesn't post stuff online. And that's really helpful for me. I'm super grateful for it and appreciative of it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I think
So all those things to me say he is more mature and he is helping her handle things in a way that's mature, like touch grass, as people would say. If you have a kid, I guess they only had one, maybe they had, I don't remember how many kids they had at this point, but like, if you have a kid, obviously go out, be intentional, have fun with your kid. Don't be obsessed with filming your life and documenting your life every single second. Gypsy Rose. Take time away from all of that to actually be intentional with your family. Like, it sounds like he was really reminding her of the importance of that, which is unfortunate that she was forgetting that, but it does seem as though he's the more mature one, which is interesting.
it's great, and I think that a lot of the things that you do like exist so that like it's like these are my home movies. You know what I mean? So if I want to, it didn't capture. You know, if I was 15 years ago, or like my father when I was a kid, he would have that big camera with the whole VHS cassette that went in it and would be filming Christmas morning. But now I'm like, if I want to watch Christmas morning from a year ago, I can. I don't know. It's because for me, it's like, I don't know. It's like my home movies. I think it's great. But like it is. So I'm so uncomfortable posting. I don't know. I just overthink it. I get in my head about it. It's strange. I like to keep which is weird to say, being with you, I like to keep my personal life private. I don't know how that's even possible. And it is weird. Like if I'm just walking to my kitchen in my pajamas and like you're
vlogging,
got the camera up and I walk and I feel like I've actually like moonwalked backwards out of things. But I'm your biggest fan. I love what you do. But it's
you are my biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan. We like each other, even though our relationship is shit. A lot of people liked our movies and musicals game that we played last week.
They did?
I know. Yeah, they did. I know absolutely nothing about movies. I don't watch movies.
You do not.
It's not an exaggeration. I'm not being dramatic. I legit don't know any celebrities or movies. I know nothing because I don't watch any. And Erik doesn't know too much about musicals, and I'm obsessed with musicals. So we
I wonder if she doesn't watch them because she's jealous.
played a game last week where we had to finish each other's sentences that were famous movie lines or musical songs. And this week, we're going to do it again, but a new fun version.
Yeah, we're going to try it a little bit differently. I saw it, and this goes, someone had tweeted, like, make Colleen explain the plot of a movie. And I couldn't find the tweet again. So I'll find you, and I'll mention you next time. And thank you for this tweet, because I thought it was a very funny idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the title of a movie that is very famous, that everyone has seen, surely. And then I'm going to ask you to tell me what you think the plot of that movie is.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Right.
And are you going to do the same for me for
Yeah,
musicals?
I'll do it for you, too. Let's hear it.
I think I wrote down. Okay, we'll start here.
Okay.
The Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski.
This is a movie?
So The Big Lebowski, you can tell me who stars in The Big
This
Lebowski.
is a movie or a TV show?
It's a movie. My
I've heard of it.
I've never heard of it. I'll start off with that. I will say
This bothers me so
Lebowski.
much.
The
like
Lebowski
Mike
is the
Wazowski.
last name of Mike Lebowski. I think is Monsters Inc. I've seen that movie a million years ago.
Wazowski.
Mike Lebowski.
I'm embarrassed that I
don't
know.
So
People are going to think you're lying.
I know they always think I'm lying when we do stuff like this. It's shocking to me. They think I'm lying.
Just tell me what you think. What do you think it's about?
The Big Lebowski. Okay. It's about a man.
Mm-hmm.
His last name is Lebowski,
Yes.
and he is a big guy and like in confidence, and he's just
Sure.
like I don't know. You like mobster movies? It's about a mobster guy who's like he's a big guy and he's a mobster and he's the Big Lebowski. And if you want a kill to happen, you go to the Big Lebowski and he kills him for you. That's my guess.
Can I tell you that they have like actual conferences for this movie still to this day?
What do you
they
mean
have
conference?
like a fest, like Lebowski
okay.
Fest. Like it's that popular where people come,
Seriously?
they dress up as the characters, they watch it like a la Rocky Horror or something. Like the dude abides.
Yeah. What? What do you mean?
Yeah, what?
That's a famous. It's like a line from the movie. No.
Oh, never.
The
heard of
dude.
it. The dude abides.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges plays the
don't know.
dude. He's into bowling.
Okay.
Steve Buscemi. Oh.
Okay. Anyway, so what is this movie about? Can you tell me?
He's just trying to get his rug back, dude.
He's trying to get his rogue back.
Rug. He's just trying to get his
Rug?
rug back. Yeah. It's about a
think
guy
there's
trying to get his rug back.
Gotta
Have
be
you seen
more.
this movie?
Yeah, apparently not. No, I mean, I have
Is there a
several
guy
times.
who's like blonde, long blonde hair?
Yeah. So you've seen this movie and you don't know?
I feel like I've seen
Oh,
this.
okay, that's right. Because maybe I've had it on, but you just sat there and watched TikToks or something.
I just remember there was there was a movie about a guy and there's I don't know that I've seen this.
Sounds like a little dig. Eric, are we trying to get a dig in?
He wants his rug back. Where does rug go? There's a movie about a man who wants his rug.
They peed on it, dude.
Who peed on it? My wall,
Lebowski.
you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, I have a wall behind me that is like a Miranda Sings wall, and it is falling. Like, it is falling.
They're all just mad you've never
like
even heard of this movie.
Literally falling on me. Anyway, okay, so.
And I do absolutely have an issue with that wall. I feel like in the past I would have thought for someone that was fine. Like, it's a cute way to pay homage to all of their fans and what their fans have sent to them. But knowing Colleen as we do now, I just see it as yet another example of her self-centeredness. Just a complete reminder of how much people love her, and just her, my character. Everybody, look at me, look at my character, what I've done. Let's not forget it, ever. Like, it's just, anyway.
So no, I don't know what that is, and it sounds not good, no offense. Okay, let's do musical. Are you ready, love?
Oh, did
these
you
are
just
easy. If you
exalt
don't
this
know these,
movie?
I'm shocked. You'll know this one. I was in this one.
The poor guy.
Gypsy.
Rose.
Yeah, you
about?
did this. I know, is she a stripper?
Yes.
This is
sort
like-
of. She's the queen, like, invented the art of the strip tease.
Liza Minnelli is in this?
No.
What?
For real, my Miranda wall is falling.
Relax, love. It's an audio medium.
It's like, it sounds like it's gonna fall on my freaking face.
It's a sign
Anyway,
code.
I can't believe you don't know anything about it. Do you know her full name? Gypsy?
Gypsy Rose Lee.
Yeah.
Because I only know that because of that
Oh, I feel like I read a comment somewhere that I just completely disregarded, that Gypsy Rose was potentially named after a stripper. Is that true? That can't be true. That can't be true. Oh, I would completely change my name if that was the case. Oh my.
Mommy, Dead and Dearest.
Oh, that's a great documentary.
Documentary about that.
Really great documentary.
Wow.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. Okay, what's the next
Well,
movie?
what does she do?
Okay, she's the okay.
This was just like, it came full circle. Oh my word.
Actually really sad, and there's so many incredible songs in this musical. I'm like really annoyed by you right now, but I love you so much. But like, how do you not know this musical? I was literally in it. I played Louise, and it was a magical experience, except for the fact that I had a horrible experience. We're not going to get into that. But anyway, listen.
I'm sure it was something having to do with something that made her feel terrible about herself. Probably.
I just talked really fast a lot because I'm having so many thoughts and emotions. It's about this girl, Gypsy Rose Lee, and her mom is like a stage mom, and she has these two daughters, and there's one daughter who's talented
Erik
and
is
pretty,
so annoyed.
and she's just amazing.
Is that Louise?
No, that's her sister. Louise is homely, which was me. Homely, not talented.
Yeah, right.
And so the mom is trying to make the talented one famous, but then she runs away. And so then she like is stuck trying to make the homely one famous. And it's like, she hates her. It's a hot mess. And then she ends up, doing a really great job at being a stripper, but never showing everything. That was like her thing. Like,
See how I'm
she
interested
could
in
make-
asking, whereas you're like, whatever, it was probably terrible.
That's true. That's true. But I'm telling you a story about an actual person and how incredible she was and how devastating her life was. And you were like, they peed on a rug.
I was doing
You know what I mean?
the movie. Okay.
But
See, this is why people are like, you don't have a happy relationship, because he is very clearly in front of an internet audience, which is fascinating, letting her know, I don't feel like you're interested in the things that interest me. And I'm trying to show you the level of interest in what you do and know about. I'm trying to show the level that I would appreciate you show back. And she's like, yeah, well, whatever, but mine makes more sense because mine's about a real person. Yours is just stupid, basically, is what she's saying. And then they laugh at people saying your relationship's terrible. Like, make it make sense.
she never showed everything. She always she could make men freak out over just taking off a single glove, and all the other strippers in the same show would get stripples would get naked, and they'd be like, bring back the girl with the glove. She always left them wanting more. She was amazing, but a very sad life, very very sad. You don't know? Do you know any songs from
That
Gypsy?
sounds like kind of cool, like back in the day where they were just taking off his glove.
It was like so hot.
Right, yeah, just like
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Can't show the ankles.
I did it every night for a few weeks.
Cool.
All right, so what's the next?
Let me know. I used to be interested in like Korean stuff back when K-pop was just a different realm, and I'm kind of embarrassed about those days in my life. So let me know if anyone knows if this is different now. But from my understanding, back in like 2012 or so, it was not appropriate to show much of this region, but you could wear like the shortest of skirts, and that was fine in Korea. Let me know if that's changed. It's just modesty standards are so fascinating.
thing?
Okay, Good Will Hunting.
I've heard of this one.
That's a good start.
Good Will Hunting.
I see. I was convinced like she'll get both of these.
I wanted to see the movie. I haven't watched it, but I just read a synopsis of it in a book I was reading.
It's about hunting.
Okay, yeah.
Good Will.
But that's in the title, so like that kind of gave it away that it's about hunting.
Okay, Good Will, like thrift store hunting. Like you're shopping good stuff at like a Goodwill.
No, you were on the right track with hunting.
Okay, so hunting, but like for good cause. Like people who are hunting animals, but like
You have
only
seen
for
it.
food.
So you have seen it.
I have not seen it. I know you're joking.
That was a
I know
good
your
guess.
ways. What is it about?
It's about hunting for goodwill, as you do.
Come on, tell me what it's about, for real.
You were right.
Come on, tell me.
As a guy, he works as a janitor at Harvard, and then he is secretly like a math genius. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck wrote it. Won an Oscar, the two of them.
It's about a math genius? Why did they call
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting? That doesn't make
His
any
name's
sense.
Will Hunting.
Good Will. What's he hunting? Math?
It's his name.
His last name is Hunting?
Yeah.
His name is Will Hunting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's a
You
dumb
made me
name
lose
title.
confidence
Sorry,
in
I don't
that, but you're not supposed to
Okay.
question me in my part of the game.
Okay. Well, you lie sometimes, so Good Will Hunting. I have not seen that. Ben Affleck and who?
Matt Damon wrote it together.
Aren't they
when
comedians
they were
or something?
young. Yeah, the comedy duo.
Are they not?
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. No, you're right. Yeah, no, they're like
I feel
a
like those
comedy.
are the ones who do like bro like comedies or something.
Uh,
Oh my gosh, for real, my Miranda was
Stop
gonna
with
fall on my
your
freaking
wall.
face. Okay.
Yeah, Robin Williams is in that, and it's amazing.
Then maybe you should take the terrible wall down.
He won an Oscar
Robin
for that.
Williams is in it?
Yeah, he's amazing.
I love him. Okay. Ready for the next one?
Just give me a second to get over that. You just haven't seen movies. Okay, go ahead.
You're in town.
You're in town.
Mm-hmm.
Is a musical.
Oh my word! I have seen that title numerous times, and all I could think of was the way it was spelled. Hearing it like you're in town. I don't know what the plot is, but that makes so much more sense. Oh my goodness, how many years have I become completely clueless about that? Okay, this will be interesting.
Yes, it is a musical.
I've heard of it, and they live in a town.
Mm-hmm.
Piss everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell if you're like, I know this is like a popular musical, so it bothers me that I've never seen it, listened to it. Is this one? They're puppets, right?
That's Avenue Q.
I know that's Avenue Q. They're not also puppets in.
No, not in You're in Town, no.
Yeah, it's the story of a stripper.
Okay,
Covered
you were
in
closer first.
pee-pee.
So the plot of You're in Town is fairly straightforward. The scene is a city in a parallel universe in the mid-1900s in which the majority of the citizens' dreary, low-class existence is compounded by a water shortage, which has led to the institution of pay-per-use public bathrooms and the jailing of unsanitary offenders.
So I got it.
Kind of. It's
So
a
I'm
comedy,
winning.
it's fun, it's weird, it's silly,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
think I'm
also like,
winning.
Okay, so maybe it doesn't mean you're in town. Whatever. Anyway.
a nice little,
Is
whatever.
the music good in that one?
I like it, but I don't know. Let's do one more of yours and move on.
Yours, I don't want to.
Okay.
I hate yours. Yours are boring. Mine are more interesting.
Well, let's see. The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club. Is this one about
My
a girl?
gosh.
It's about
I love that he just, if nothing else, like even though she acts like hers are better, he's just like so disappointed. It's such an interesting dynamic between these two. I don't think I've ever watched The Breakfast Club completely. I've seen scenes from it, and in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, in August, when the weather is holding out, which is never reliable in August or anytime. Every Friday in the month of August, they play an outdoor movie, and so I think it was just last Friday they played Breakfast Club, but I didn't get to see it. So, oh well.
a girl who
My.
is this the one with the girl who's a redhead and like she's like turning
Molly
16?
Ringwald.
Yes.
It is?
Oh, I was just going to say, people are probably screaming at their computers right now, but you got it, yeah.
Yay.
It's a redhead, and she's turning 16.
I thought that was called 16 Candles, but I don't know why I'm seeing her in my head for this one. Isn't there a movie called 16 Candles?
Yes.
I haven't heard of that.
Yes.
I've heard of the Breakfast
Erik.
Club, which is a redhead.
Yes.
Molly Ringwald. She's turning 16. And there's cake.
Yes,
There's a
I got
guy. She gets the kiss,
it. Did I get it right?
but she kisses the wrong guy. Yeah,
I've never seen it.
she should have kissed Ducky.
Ducky.
I think so. But she kisses Jake. 'cause
What's
he's
it about?
the
Is it
cool
about
guy.
she's turning 16?
Oh, The Breakfast Club.
Oh, probably completely unrelated. I don't know if anyone's weird like me. I'm obsessed with all the cute animals online. If there's a famous cute animal, I'm probably aware of them because I have problems. And there's these adorable birds. I forget what kind they are. And there's Beaker and Tink, and then they made little baby Ducky. and they are the cutest little like threesome. The Beaker and Tink. Beaker is the boy, Tink is the girl. The parents, they have the most adorable relationship. Oh my gosh, if you don't know of them, look them up. They will melt your heart. I always wondered where the name Ducky came from for their little baby. So maybe that's from Breakfast Club. Don't know.
What's the Breakfast Club?
Well, it's like what the name of her cake was.
Come on, for real.
I can't. I don't know. Look it up. This is making
Well,
me
what if
so
there's
angry.
viewers who don't know? Like, why aren't you telling the truth?
There's not.
Okay, lovey. Relax.
Not touching the cord.
You need to relax. And you know what? I'm going to be able to watch a lot more movies soon because of our next sponsor.
No.
Which is ExpressVPN. Owns media consoles, smart TVs, and
Japanese Netflix thing. Here you go.
I love it.
It's
No, it
great.
was so cool. When we got the email that they wanted to work with us, I was like, wait, you've totally used it. It was so, we were nervous to go and read comments. I was like, are we going to get canceled for something we said? I didn't know. And it turns out I got canceled for my cakey makeup, for my bad eyebrows, and for cutting you off.
And your relationship is
I know. So one thing that we did not get canceled for, thank goodness, is people really wanted to hear from Flynn, who is our son, but we record this when he goes to sleep. However, we have a special treat for you guys today because while he was awake, we had him record
this is
his
the best.
very own special segment of the podcast.
the best thing you're ever going to hear. And
It's the best thing ever.
It's like he's going to take over. They're not even going to want to hear us
No.
anymore. It's just going to be all about. All they're going to hear about is trucks and dirt.
Because
And we know a guy who knows a lot about trucks and dirt.
yes, our 2-year-old son is obsessed with trucks. He's obsessed with dirt. It's all he talks about. It's all he plays with. So we thought the perfect segment for Flynn would be Flynn's truck of the day. So without further ado, here is Flynn's truck of the day. That we are excited to implement into the podcast. Erik thought of this, but I'm scared to say that. So I thought of this idea.
Hey, why'd you do that? You could just say it.
We just got a sack. What did you just say? You just got a sack.
Well, I think a good thing to create tension, excitement, is the number one thing that I believe couples, especially during lockdown, quarantine, what you will, have in this Groundhog Day kind of life.
Look
Love
at
it.
Colleen's face. She is so, and hopefully I didn't skip to too weird of a spot. It's just so annoying when I don't know where the ads are. I didn't know if they were going to show Flynn. I wasn't interested in doing anything Flynn related. So we'll see what happens. But whatever he's about to say, which hopefully it'll make sense to us. Look at her face. She is a little uncomfortable.
B. What are we going to eat tonight?
Oh.
Oh my God. Okay, so
everything's
basically,
disgusting.
listen, here's the deal. We don't fight. Even though people in the comments think that we have a horrible relationship, should not be together and that we just don't vibe. We act.
You don't fight. You don't fight. I feel like she's said in numerous recent videos that they get into fights about things. What?
Actually, like, I love our relationship. I feel like it is the healthiest relationship
It's
I've
fine,
ever
but you're
seen.
stalling. What are we going to eat tonight?
No, listen to me.
I'm actually asking.
I know,
Listen
I'm
to
starving.
me.
But here's the deal. Friggin' A, my camera died again. All right, so what I was saying was that we have
No, you're just giving a long explanation. I just want to know. What do you want to eat tonight?
Okay, here's the deal. We have a really good.
But you don't fight. You say you don't fight, and then you get into a little mini fight right there. Just say.
Solid relationship, very healthy, wonderful. But the two things we argue about two things that upset this one here, who needs to relax, is one, he gets annoyed at me for not knowing movies and things. Makes him furious.
Look at it.
But also,
If
You
you
have
read his
no-
body language, he just did a little, like, kind of this annoyed glance, and then he went, like, this deep sigh, which is, control my emotions. Like, she is, oh my goodness.
No opinion on food or meals whatsoever, it seems.
I know, but
It's too much responsibility for one man.
no, listen, you drive me crazy with this. You drive me crazy, love. Because you'll
Just
be like,
pick something to eat.
I do.
Just lead me down a road.
I will pick something and be like, no, I don't want that.
That's what you do.
No, you do that.
No, it's literally this circular conversation until eventually we get what you want, which generally leads to absolute trash fast food.
But it is like our constant struggle. So we're going to take this.
It doesn't sound like an hour. I don't know who to believe in this. But if Colleen is the one, because it sounds like she blamed him of something that he claims she's the one who does. And if she's the one who refuses everything up until fast food, which is, I mean, obviously fast food's great sometimes, but regular fast food is terrible, then it's not a thing that we have an issue with, Colleen. You have an issue and you create problems and you create arguments that don't need to exist if you were just a little bit easier to work with. But anyway.
It's time in the podcast every once in a while to have this conversation. What do we want for dinner?
That doesn't have like a cute theme song? You gave Flynn a theme song, but you didn't give What Are We Eating for Dinner a theme song?
You write it right now. Go.
I can't do that. I'm
Come on,
I'm
let's
not
hear
the
it.
musical improviser.
Okay, relax. So, what are we gonna eat for dinner? Now you're stalling.
Everything sounds gross at this
Everything
point,
sounds
doesn't it?
so gross. Because listen, like the beginning of quarantine, like a year ago, oh my God, we would be like, oh, let's learn to make something.
Yeah.
Let's make what are we going to make
I
from
made
scratch?
a sourdough bread starter, which
Like
took
yeast.
12 days.
made yeast from scratch.
And then made sourdough bread once, and then was like, oh, I can't
But
do that
like
again.
food,
Yeah, starters freak me out. I mean, I think sourdough is great. I love sourdough. Sourdough is the best as French toast. I deeply respect people that make their own sourdough, but if you don't know anything about starters, the way I see them is like it's your pet in a jar that can last for like decades if you want it to. It's from my understanding like flour and water and yeast, or just flour. I don't even know how it works, but you feed it and you keep it growing and alive like a little scientific experiment in a jar or whatever, and you keep using it and feeding it, and you can give other people bits of it, and it never dies if you don't let it. And it's terrifying, but it does make delicious bread. So
okay, food is so lame now because it's like you either have to make it, which is annoying, or you have to get it delivered and it shows up
Wet.
cold and soggy.
It's not even soggy, it's wet.
It's awful. And then you just get the diarrhea.
Well, that's just your life.
But we're not here to talk about how horrible food is. We're here to decide for real what are we going to eat for dinner.
What would you eat? A genre of food.
You know the genres of food that I eat, love.
See how this is happening?
You're the one who's picky because you're the one who won't eat anything. You're the one who's like, I need a wrap with no lettuce.
Well,
What sounds good to you right now?
it's gonna be delivery. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We've gotten.
my bet is they each have stipulated. It's not that my guess. My guess is that they each have little things that they don't like. Like, I like this, but not this. Well, I like this, but not this. So within their own brains, they might have like a large array of things that they'd be willing to eat. But something about that doesn't coincide with what the other one wants to eat. And so then they turn into these two people just arguing about a stupid meal. And then they blame each other for the problems. And I don't know why they're not in therapy. Anyway.
Isn't that far?
Okay.
What's the least wet delivery you can think of at this
Ew.
point?
My
Hey,
Miranda wall
relax.
is really falling on my
It's not.
head.
It's moved a centimeter.
What do you want for dinner, love? Literally just say.
Um,
This is a horrible segment. It's just us sitting in silence trying to figure out what we want for dinner. Why did you think of this horrible idea?
well, why did you? You should have told people that I thought of it. What's not like fast food that we could order that you would eat? Would you eat like Italian food tonight? Would you eat?
Is that what you want?
Not really.
So if I had said yes to Italian food, you would have.
I would look at the. Maybe I could find something. Will you eat Chinese food?
See, this is
I know what I don't want.
What?
It rhymes with cheesecake lactery. I don't want to out them, but I can never. I will never.
Listen,
And
but
don't
here's the
let me,
thing.
because I know I've told
You
you multiple
say this
times,
so
don't
many
let me
times.
order from that
You,
place.
every time you want cheesecake lactery, you make me order, and every time I'm like, you said last time not to get this, your stomach hurt all night, and then we got cheesecake lactery, and then
Nice.
immediately after you're like, oh, by the way, my stomach right now just started like going crazy, like, no.
I know,
don't do
yeah,
it.
I know.
Yeah, no, we're not getting cheesecake lactery.
Yeah, never again.
Okay.
Never let me.
Then what else?
That
do you
sounds like a very, for people that are lactose intolerant, I feel like cheesecake lactery is exactly the way they need to phrase it.
want for dinner? I don't know. I'll eat anything you pick. Pick something.
Really?
I don't want any more chicken.
That eliminates most places.
I know.
You don't want chicken somewhere?
Don't
What
make
do
me
you
do it,
want?
love. I know where this is going.
Where is it going?
It's going to Taco Bell. I know that's what it's going to be.
Listen, do you want that?
I don't.
Well, then we won't
It's-
have it.
Okay.
See how I am easy to have this conversation?
That's
You're
not
the
how
one
this
who's gone through
works.
800
Because
different places.
this podcast is going to be over, and we're going to be sitting here, and I'm going to be begrudgingly eating Taco Bell. I just know it.
No, you will not, Lovey.
Okay. What are you thinking? I just gave a few options.
I'm really hoping the rest of the 20 minutes is not them debating about food, but that is a very interesting comment that he made, and I know I'm probably reading far too into it, but knowing what we know now, him saying that to me says, on camera, she will say one thing, but he knows off camera, she's like, nope, we're doing it my way. We're getting this. We're doing this. We're doing this my way. No one's going to know. Deal with it. Interesting little psychological moment there.
So what are your options?
I don't know.
See, this is the thing. I give options, and you just got nothing. And I'm the one saying no?
You know what's funny is that we did not plan this, but it did work out this way, that we actually do have a dinner plan for us tonight if we want it. Like, we don't have to have this conversation. We didn't even mean for this to happen this way.
Sponsor?
But our next sponsor actually is going to feed us dinner. So we actually don't even need to have, like, we decided to do this segment of trying to figure
My day with, in my mind, with mint chocolate chip
and you
ice
don't have to
cream.
think about it. Daily Harvest is good. I'm
You know what that
actually so
means?
excited. Eating clean.
Yeah.
It's, eating
It
healthy
means we're
stuff.
not getting Taco Bell after this.
I
We're
know.
eating that.
I'm super excited. That sounds really good. The flatbread. I'm super stoked. Isn't that amazing that like lined up with like the game you wanted to play of like what are we gonna eat for dinner? And I'm like, we don't even have to have this conversation.
It wasn't a game. It was.
You literally
I
wanted
needed
to-
people to hear what it's like to decide what to eat with you.
Yeah. Now all the comments are gonna be like, yeah, Erik is the worst at talking about what to have for dinner. I'm just
Yeah, no, I don't think that's what the comments are going to say. But anyway.
kidding. He's the best. Okay. So listen, guys, we've been having lots of fun in this podcast today. We're excited for future episodes. We are episodes. we are
You're having an episode right now, it sounds like.
We are planning on like rewatching Haters
See?
Back Off eventually.
Shush.
We want to talk about. I want to talk more, dive into your life,
Yeah,
your
let's
background.
Get into
Let's get in.
What makes
But
me tick?
I also feel like, oh my gosh, but legit, I love that. Also, like I was homeschooled. We can dive into that weirdness.
There's
super
endless
religious.
amounts of weirdness.
I went to like a pretty intense religious. I had intense weird experiences in college. That were unlike other
Yeah,
people.
you're like a very fascinating experiment.
I'm extremely narcissistic, and I don't know how to do my makeup. But
Yes, Colleen, let us dive into your extreme narcissism. I would love it if she gave her perspective on people's perspective that she's narcissistic. I don't know if she does that. I highly doubt she does that in any serious way on this podcast, but that would be amazing. Anyway.
It's cakey.
speaking of our friends who said nice things about us,
Yeah, a lot of people were excited that you, well, not you, I guess Miranda showed up at the end of the last episode.
you know,
But you said you'd never do that again.
I don't know. It's like I don't want to put on the lipstick, and it's like people were.
It's so hard.
No, you don't know. It's,
Probably getting it off is hard.
it
is the
stains
thing.
your face, and
Yeah.
it's like. I don't know. It's like we had to like come up with a whole like fake fight thing, and then that upset people.
That was real.
And our relationship was shit. So I don't know. I don't think I want to do it. I mean, I'm not going to do it today. I mean, I don't-
No?
what? No. I mean, people liked it, but I don't know. Do you want me to do it?
It's so hard. You got the lipstick and you got the two barrettes.
Shut up.
Is that what
no.
they're called?
Yeah, sure, you can call them that. I don't know. I just don't think I'm not going to do it today. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Wait.
Oh my God! Miranda's here?
You know, you don't want me to come here? You don't want me on podcast?
I'm so shocked. Where did my wife go?
Oh, it's so hard to put on lipstick.
Is it?
Oh, it's so hard to put on lipstick. That's your excuse?
Who are you talking? Are you talking to me? I'm not the one
No,
who's...
she's talking to me,
Whoa!
clearly.
What's happening?
She's talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can be here, Miranda. I just feel like I didn't want to put on, I didn't want to have to. Why would you do it? Why would you put on a lipstick?
Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever been in the room with the... First of all, hi, Miranda. Thank you for...
Oh.
Thanks for coming to our podcast studio again. I don't know
He's
how
so
you get in
confused.
here. I guess you must... Do you have a key?
You know, I gotta say,
Oh,
this is weird.
Colleen's back.
I've been here the whole time,
Oh, that's,
Lovey.
yeah, it's weird. You've never met... Have you guys not met in
We've
person
met,
before?
yes, of course we meet. She's very annoying, ugly, all
Yeah.
kinds of things.
I guess
Thank
you guys
you,
have done,
Miranda,
like,
thank you.
You've done songs together. I've seen
Yes,
like...
well, no, I had done songs, and she ruined them by singing.
Eric's brain is just doing somersaults, and mine would too. I mean, it's almost like someone with two different personalities. Like, even though she's acting, it's just, it's too real. It's too real.
Okay, well, that is not kind. This is weird, though. I've never done like a
Yeah,
podcast or
it's
sitting
weird to
hanging
be
out.
here, the three of
What's
us.
weird about it? Are you jealous? Because you can tell he has a crunch on me. No. This is the weirdest thing I've ever done.
You're not
for sure.
jealous? You seem a little bit
I'm
jealous.
not jealous, but this, I'm telling you,
Because people
my
can
brain
tell
is
that we're not
exploding.
vibing. But they could
You
tell.
know what?
I did see
It's time
comments
to
about
admit
me.
it. It's
Yeah.
time to. I wrote that comment.
I saw that.
I wrote that comment.
I saw multiple comments that like Erik and Miranda were kind of vibing.
I love having anime as my profile pictures.
Oh.
And I wrote the comment. You
You're
are not.
Jenny R?
Why do you think there's so many comments that said, "Oh, Miranda's the best part. You guys are vibing.
I did see a lot
Your
of those.
relationship is poop." Like
Yeah.
obviously it was me.
Wow.
Oh, thanks, Miranda.
Yeah, Colleen, your response?
See, that I think I've said this before, but it really does just, I mean, she said this and it just proves it. Her character of Miranda is her trying to get back at the people that she felt were mean, undeserving, obnoxious. She's trying desperately to gain the upper hand because she can't stand being second to. And she's evidencing that just throughout her life now. And it's a similar but less extreme version of that when people do videos reading hate comments. They hate almost kind of being second to these people that are leaving hate comments, and they want to wind up on top. And it's just like, stop it, grow up. Anyway.
My brain is melting. So
Why?
This is just so challenging to have this conversation with Miranda right now. I just don't really, why is it challenging? What is challenging about dates? I just feel a little bit.
You guys are kind of vibing right now. I don't think you need to be.
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
It is, I understand it's 2021. I'm very woke, but I don't swing that way.
Oh, I wasn't saying that. I just like, there doesn't need to be like this contention. I think you guys would be friends if you got
No,
to.
absolutely not.
You don't want to give her a chance to
I
get
don't,
to know.
I don't know. I don't know that it would be.
You don't think you would be?
Maybe. I mean, no, we will not be friends ever. The millionaires.
Millionaire? You're a millionaire?
Really what this is, and I think I'm just going to skip through, I don't know if she keeps doing this, but this is Colleen making sure that the attention can be back on her. That's it.
I did not say that. I said millionaire. No, I think I should leave because it's just. This isn't melting your brain?
You're
I've
just
never
going
done
to
anything
leave?
like this before. Oh, here she goes.
Have a kid? You
I
just don't know
wouldn't
how old
call
he
him
is?
my kid. I wouldn't say it's happening. This is the weirdest thing I've ever done. But I've never
Why is
done
it so
anything like
weird?
this.
What's
It
weird?
is painfully uncomfortable for my brain. Like it is. What's weird about it? Not body shape. Not body shaming.
If it was actually uncomfortable, you wouldn't be doing it. I mean, yes, of course, it's challenging. I imagine in a way it's almost like when people are translating things and they're going back and forth between their native tongue and their secondary tongue, whatever you call it, a different language. Like you do have to kind of jump back and forth in your brain. So I understand that difficulty. But if you didn't enjoy doing this, you would not continue doing this. The fact is you enjoy doing it because it keeps the attention on you.
Yeah, stop body shaming her for her.
It's gross.
birthday. Yeah.
What comes out of my body?
Yeah.
Okay,
How's my
I don't
body
even
shape?
know what's going on here. We're going to end it there. Okay, well, hopefully this was somewhat enjoyable. And whenever I'm really going to try to be more consistent with doing YouTube again, whenever I do the next video, I will start going through some of the recommendations in comments and reacting to those videos. Thank you so much to the people who did give ideas of other things I could watch. Please feel free. If anyone else has other ideas, I will start trying to go through those just because I don't want to focus on just Colleen, Erik, and Gypsy Rose. So, all right, talk to you later. Bye.